KJagradio.com. 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island, of all places. We are going to go to our first guest. Mackenzie Grant is going to join us here in just a few moments. Mackenzie Grant. She is going to be with us via the old Skype. Is she going to be on the old Skype, Rooney? She's got a brand new single out there. And we are going to talk to Mackenzie Grant here in just a few moments on our big program. She'll join us via the old Skype. Yes! The old Skype, Rooney. We will see what happens. Apparently, we are the only one in this meeting. So, we shall see what happens here. I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, our scheduled interview, we are going to go to our next scheduled interview. Damned to downfall. Doomed to downfall? What the hell was I trying to say there? I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say. But we are going to go to our next guest. They are going to join us here on the old Skype. Yes, the old Skype-a-rooney. They are going to join us here in just a few moments. And if you want to get a hold of us online, you can do so. It is JiggyJaguar.com. You can also find us on 990 WBOB today. And lots of things happening. And we go to our next guest. He joins us live here on our big broadcast. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
Pretty good, actually. Now, you guys have been doing some amazing things with your music. Tell us a little bit about the band and how you guys got together and everything.
Yeah, sure. So, actually, it all started in 2019. Myself, Marcus, and Martin, the other guy in the band, at the time, we were in another band, and then I came up with a couple of more like death metal tracks that didn't really fit into that other band. So I figured, let's do something else with that. So we kind of started like a separate project. And then I recorded a couple of tracks. And then after I've done that, we just finished up recording 2 EPs for the other band, and then I did these tracks, and then I felt like I needed a bit of a break from that sort of music, so I started pulling up some like old industrial records I haven't listened to in a while, and then I started playing with the idea to kind of mix those styles, the death metal with the more electronic or industrial. And then the tracks kind of transformed a bit, and then, that ended up as our first EP, Born to Breed, which came out in 2020.
Fantastic. So what has been the reception to your music? What do people think of your music?
So far, the reception has been very good, I would say. The sort of foundation is really like old school death metal, like, early Morbid Angel, Kreator, Death, that sort of stuff. And it seems to appeal to both fans of that sort of old school stuff, as well as those, enjoying a more, let's say, modern sound, if I put it like that. So it's, like someone said, it's sort of old school death metal executed in a modern way.
Fantastic. We have got a great guest with us today. Damned to Downfall joins us. They have got an incredible death metal, industrial black metal mix. And they join us today here on our world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast. Also, we are on the mic.fun today as well. And you guys have got several influences. Tell me about some of your musical heroes and influences.
Ouch. Well, yeah, I guess, I mean, we've been, listening and playing music for ages, so there's a lot. But I mean, if you consider the kind of styles that we are mixing, I would say, again, as I mentioned, death metal like Morbid Angel is a huge influence. Also, the early work of Kreator and Death made a huge impact. And then obviously more industrial stuff like Skinny Puppy, Nine Inch Nails, Ministry, also newer stuff like Combi Christ, and then also black metal, more let's say the more modern black metal, like or modern, but let's say Marduk, Immortal, Funeral Mist, that sort of more furious kind of style. So yeah.
Fantastic. So, tell me about your songwriting process and production process and all the various things that you guys are doing.
Yeah. Well, so for Damn to Downfall, I do most of it actually. So I so far done all the music and most of the lyrics, and then Martin has helped out along the way with some drums and some lyrics. He also did the lead vocals for the first EP. And then for this, our album Embrace Your Extinction, I took over the lead vocals on that one. So yeah, the first 5 tracks are actually new ones. So I'm doing the vocals on those, and the 4 last are his vocals, which is basically a remix of the previous EP. But getting back to the process, then basically, as I said, I do all the music. So typically, so far the songwriting is I basically come up with different riffs and drum beats and arrangements and stuff. So in its most basic form, it typically starts off as more of a pure death metal song, and then along the way I start adding on the more electronic stuff, some synths and bass synths and more like industrial percussion and that sort of stuff. Also, so far we've done all the mixing and mastering and that ourselves. So yeah, everything is done by ourselves actually.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. We have got great guests with us today, Damn to Downfall, and they join us here on our big program. So tell me about We Come in Hate. We are going to play that song here in a few moments.
Yeah, so that's the opening track of the album, and we also did a lyric video for that. And that felt like sort of an obvious opening track with a very short intro and then just full on, really, like furious, short. And I think with the intro and the kind of midsection, it represents the band really well. So I think it's a great opening track, and you get sort of a feeling of what we're all about.
So, where do you see the music and the band headed over this next year?
Well, so the album came out in November last year, and actually this Friday we released a music video for the title track "Embrace Your Extinction." We also released a remix of that track. So that came out, as I said, this Friday. And right now we are looking into assembling a live band. So we hope to get that going now during the spring, and then hopefully, if the whole COVID situation calms down a bit, we will be able to go out and play live, which we really long for. So yeah, I would say that's the main plan: establish a live band, and of course also start writing and pre-production for the next release.
Amazing. Well, you have got such great music here. I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing, and we are going to play "We Come in Hate." Thanks for doing this, my friend, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon, my friend.
You too. Thank you very much.
There he goes. That is Damned to Downfall, one of the members. It is We Come in Hate, and it's here on your world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast right now. We Come in Hate. That was We Come in Hate. And that is here on our world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast. Thanks for joining us today. And we will inevitably